All right, folks, what's happening? It's your boy TV here in SMB Trading. We got our FOMC rate hike today. We got a super bearish candle here on SPX in response to that. I'm gonna jump right into all of it in this one video. Hopefully, it's not as long as yesterday's. But wow, what a whipsaw kind of day. I personally did not have a good day. I dropped about 180 bucks on the day. It was a brutal one for me today. Can't lie, folks. That's why y'all come to me. I'm transparent. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna come on here act like I only get wins. I get losses. And today was a loss. We got just thrown around. It was like being on a ship in the middle of a hurricane. Let's look at these half-hour candles. These really, I mean, just look at this. We dropped 1.3% in this half an hour, went up 1.39% in this half an hour. At one point, went up like 1.8%, and then went 1.4% down in this half an hour, and then down a percent in this one. I mean, this is just, it was rough. I typically have good days on FOMC, so that's why I was being a bit aggressive because, well, first initial 11 a.m. we just dumped. We bounce around in this little supply zone or demand zone. We bounce out of the demand zone. I'm in calls. I'm sitting up in calls up in here. So I lost. First things first. I'm down here. I thought we were just gonna dump straight through. I grab puts. I go down $70 on a put. I take the loss. Grab calls up here. We go up a little bit. They go up about 60 bucks. I got greedy. Didn't take the win. I thought in past FOMC days, we've seen the market, it dumps, it rallies, and it just continues to rally throughout the day. But this was a three-piece kind of day where we got the dump, we got the rip, and then we got the mother of all dumps in this last hour. I mean, my God. Look at this hourly candle. Just, oh my God, it's disgusting. And the hourly did rip up to that hourly 50-minute or 50-hour moving average, I guess I could say. But then I grabbed calls. I grabbed another call on the dip. We drop this ugly candle, wicks me out, down 80 on that. So overall in the day, I'm down about 150 bucks. It sucked. It was bad. And then I grabbed another call, and this was just a peak frustration call. And of course, it went down. I mean, the market just dumped today. So it was a rough one for me. More lessons learned again. That this market is, and now we're just getting crushed after hours right now. Market's still going down after hours. So I came into the day pretty bearish in general. Of course, we chopped around early in the day. I didn't do anything over here. I was pretty bearish. That's why I grabbed the put. But then I see this rally, and I saw the rally. We got a higher high up here. We went all the way up past 3,900. I'm thinking like, all right, we got what we expected with the 39 basis or 75 basis point hike, which the market was expecting. But of course, we weren't expecting the other economic projections that they had, which is a quarterly thing that they do with every third FOMC meeting or whatever, or they do it every quarter during an FOMC meeting where they give us what they project things are going to be at, what they're planning on raising rates to, at what point. And Powell came out and he dropped the hammer. I mean, he was hawkish as it gets, basically. Not as it gets, but it was pretty bad. And the market, I don't know why it rallied. That's what I said yesterday. I was like, anything can happen for any reason. The market will go straight up at some point, just for no reason at all, other than just to screw with people like me. And boy, did it work today on me. So, what else happened? Let's look at the daily. So, daily candle, we close at the bottom. I mean, this is like the ugliest, most bearish looking candle. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I could see a green day tomorrow just from an oversold bounce because this was such a crazy dump. We filled this gap down here. I'm upset that I had so many losses early on over here when the real move was this downside move that I should have been watching for. And it was just as simple as doing this. I mean, this was really as easy as it gets. You break through that, you buy puts, and bada bing, it would have worked. But at that point, I was already stopped out on the day. I took 3 trades, all of them were losses, and I was just done, threw my hands up, and then I had to watch this happen as I didn't buy any puts. And it was just that kind of day, you know. You're gonna have a rough day, and today was that rough day every now and then. So I didn't need to make a rough day into an absolutely miserable day. But anyways, going into what happened. So Powell was very hawkish. Said probably most likely 75 basis points next Fed meeting, which the market partially wasn't expecting. We saw VIX absolutely spike off of this. VIX up here at the 28 level now. We saw our 2-year bond yields rise all the way up to a point that it hasn't been at since 2007, and you never want to hear anything in stocks about how something hasn't been like this since 2007 because that's bad. That is not a good period in time in the equity markets. If anyone's ever read a history book, but that wasn't good. The dollar absolutely skyrocketed today. Super bearish when the baller when the dollar does that. But also another thing, the dollar shoots up, dumps, and then shoots right back up. It was just a crazy, terrible day. I mean, I should have just not traded it. I wish I could go back in time and just be like, nope, just don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's too volatile. You're just gonna get roasted. The options premiums are just completely cooked because of the volatility, and it's tough to make money when options don't move the direction you think they will, or they won't move as high as you think they will because of the elevated VIX. That's just the way the market works. So the numbers that Powell gave us, they project the headline inflation, to be at 5.2% by the end of the year, which sounds good. It's kind of bad because that's the end of the year, still a ways away. We still got a ways to go until we're at the end of the year. We got a whole another quarter. So he projects inflation staying pretty elevated through the end of the quarter or through the end of the year. That is also not good. The market didn't really like that because usually the Fed is like on the more optimistic side of things, but that's pretty pessimistic, being that inflation is going to be that elevated still. That's still double and a half what they target inflation is at 2%. So, and then we got this nice little chart of assessment of appropriate monetary policy, midpoint of target range or target level of Fed funds rate. So target level Fed funds, we see most of so these dots represent each member of the FOMC. Most of them want to be around 4.25 to 4.5 by the end of the year. So we're at 3.25 right now, which would mean another 75 basis points would take us to 4, and then a 50 basis points in December to take us to 4.5. Or maybe if inflation comes down in between now and November, we get a 50 basis point and then a 50 basis point. But then what I found interesting was 2023. So I think a lot of people are holding their breath that we are going to see a pivot by 2023. This tells us no. This tells us they won't continue to raise it, which if they said, yeah, we're going to keep raising it up towards 6, like that would have been bad. The market really was shit itself, which it kind of still did. But they are all pretty much in agreement that they want to keep rates at 4.5 all the way through 2023, except for whoever this dove is, probably Powell himself. So that's pretty rough. That's not what the market wanted to see, and I imagine that's part of the reason is that they want to keep rates that elevated for that long. But then we see by 2024 the pivot where they start to drop it, but they were very much in disagreement at that point. And then, of course, longer run, they want the terminal rate to be 2.5%, which is right next to what they want target inflation to be at 2%. So that is kind of the roadmap that they gave us. It's a lot different from the one they gave us in December of last year, where they all were like, hey, yeah, we're going to have the Fed funds rate by the end of 2022 right here at like 1.5%. They have tripled that projection now to be at 4.5%. So obvious reason for the equity markets going down a lot further than people thought they would. And now it's looking as if, looking at SPY, looking at SPX actually, it's looking as if we're right here at free fall. I mean, we are absolutely about to hit the dumpy. If not, we're already hitting the dumpy, and we're watching the dumpy happen. It was pretty low volume but people always say low volume day, but it's because this first 6 hours of the day, nothing's happening. I mean, everyone's sitting around waiting for FOMC. I mean, look at this half-hour chart, just barcoding, just nothingness, no volume. So then you can see the volume picks up, obviously, when the announcement comes out. So pretty high volume considering none of that volume happened until the last 2 hours of the day. So really high selling. crazy, and now we see this gap is filled, and we're sitting right at 37.88. My next target to the downside is 37.42, clear down here. Draw a little line, represent this here. 37.42, right there. That would be my next target for SPX. Tomorrow, it's anyone's guess what they're gonna do to us tomorrow. Literally, it could be anything. No one knows. I would not be shocked if we got a little oversold bounce tomorrow, but it's looking right now in the futures that it's looking just like we might just hemorrhage all throughout the night. I mean, we are just still dumping. And right here, you can see where we're at on futures. This fib level, we just went right down to it, and now we're going steadily below it. Um, Not great. Not great at all. It's looking like we're just heading for new lows. The market's going to find some new lows eventually. Man, ugly head and shoulders right there. Jeez. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple, of course, led the market down. I mentioned that. I told y'all, watch Apple. It's been so strong recently. Once you see weakness, the market will see weakness. So now we have Apple plummeting from 158 straight down to 155, a big old 2% drop. Tesla, told you all about Tesla, didn't I? Look at Tesla, boom, right out of this this rising wedge. I did not touch Tesla. I was trying to trade SPY. Kind of wish I just stuck with Tesla because Tesla was just too easy. I mean, this was just craziness. But still ugly, nasty bars. I mean, it's just one of those kind of days where I'm just like, this. No wonder I lost money just looking at it. It still sucks. It hurts. There's no lying about that. But anyways, we'll pick ourselves up. Under pressure, baby. Google just dumping. Google is at not all-time lows, all-year lows. It's still bleeding. I do have a put to hedge myself, so I closed my Nvidia position. You all are probably thinking I'm an idiot because I'm selling low, but I'm really not selling low. I sold way up here. Where did I sell my Nvidia? Sold it to 136.40. So I mean, I sold up here. We ended up closing at 132, so that was about another $100 I took off the table in profit, not profit, but reduced downside. But Nvidia is it's not looking good either. I mean, it was so strong today, and just completely. I mean, we were at 140 and ended up closing at 131. Just such crazy volatility in Nvidia today. And closing below that trend line that looks like it is going to take us next leg lower on Nvidia. So I'm at the point where I'm trying to hold my pattern day trading level at 25,000 on the account. So I had to take some stuff off the table, and I just feel no need to. I have a hedge on Google. Nvidia is too expensive to hedge, but I can hedge on Google. I got a December put hedging me for Google, so I'm fine with that. But Nvidia, I cannot. I just can't sit by and watch it. And with Google closing right at 100, and it is going below 100. It is down 0.5% after hours, baby. This is brutal. So I'm pretty neutral right now on the account. I'm not holding any SPY puts. Regret that, of course. I regret it on a big red day. But what you gonna do? I'm not gonna short it right now. This is where they want people to short it. I think we're going to get a green candle tomorrow. But anyways, so you see this demand zone. We just plummeted through that. That is where we dipped to earlier. We dipped to it, bounced, dipped to it, bounced, and then just shredded right through it, filled the gap on heavy volume. I mean, there's not much else to say. It's not looking great. I don't think the market liked anything that Powell said. The fact that I think a lot of people in the market were thinking they were going to pivot by next year, and they basically just told us I mean, Powell did come out and say in his press conference that we don't know what we don't know what the economy is going to look like a year from now, but this is our rough estimate of what we think it's going to look like. And they basically just said, yeah, we think inflation ain't going to be gone until by the end of 2023. So not great. If they are right, that's not great. But and then it's also not great if they're wrong, and it's actually inflation's going to be around a lot longer than until 2023, which they have been wrong basically every time they've projected inflation so far. So not good at all. And of course, the price action kind of confirms that the market is not thrilled about this, not happy at all. It's interesting. Oh, that's kind of interesting right there. Huh. Maybe we do bounce right here. I don't know. Just a random trend line. I'm just seeing stuff on the chart now. Uh, real-time charting here, folks. Oh, that's really interesting. Bam, bam. Hey, we might just bounce right here. Um, I know I shouldn't be trying to predict anything because tomorrow is going to be not random, but um, who knows what's going to happen? Really, I mean, who knows? I came in today pretty bearish, and I'm upset that I tried to be bearish. I bought the puts, and then it just immediately flipped straight to the upside. I mean, you buy puts at the bottom of this, and then the next candle it goes up 1.5% on SPY, and your puts they're gone. You're not gonna get those back. So that's exactly what happened. And then of course I didn't have the foresight to just be like, hey, I'll wait till it goes up until this supply zone, and then I'll buy puts up here. So that was my critical error. Still learning, folks. But anyways, yeah, overall, not a great day. Not a great day for the whole market in general. Look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq just plummeting, just plummeting. Um, Same thing as here on Nasdaq. That's clean. Um, so Nasdaq, we closed below this key level here at 284.72. Um, that's brutal. Not really seeing much else on Nasdaq. Do I have anything drawn on the no? Amazon. So I imagine. Oh my God, Amazon. Yeah, that was. Oh God, Amazon is just. It's having a tough time over here. Man, I wish I held those shorts on Amazon. God, I wish I held those shorts on Amazon, dude. As you can tell, I'm still frustrated. That's. Ugh. Old short at 126, and now we're at 118. Covered it way the fuck up. Anyways, Amazon. Sorry, I'm zoning out here. Amazon, we still have a gap to fill on Amazon below. From 118. No, from about 117.26 clear on down to 115.18. So we got gaps to fill on Amazon. Google's already in the gulag. I imagine now Microsoft is too. Yep, Microsoft. Microsoft at the lowest it's been all year as well. Oh my gosh, man. Look at that 4-hour candle. Look at the volume on that thing, man. It's craziness. That's the most volume since the hell over there, since earnings from quarters ago. Oh man, things aren't looking good. So if I was a potential short seller, I'd be looking at Tesla right now. I mean, this setup on Tesla is still like so far off of its lows, this year's lows, and I imagine it is going to maybe not reach those, but it is far behind the market. So that's typically what you're looking for. If you're looking for things to short, when the rest of the market is down so much, you want to look at the things that have been outperforming, and Apple and Tesla have absolutely been outperforming, and now we see very strong selling here on Tesla, which you want to see at the top of a rising wedge when it breaks out, because now the market is just going to pull things down with it, and that's typically how it works. It'll act like a magnet and just keep dragging that stuff down. So I would be looking at Tesla to the downside as well. AMD down about 1%. Yep, AMD heading for those lows. It bounced off of that level hard last time, so watch AMD here at 74.12. Could see a bounce off of that. I also see, not really. Sort of, kinda falling wedge sort of thing. Maybe, big maybe. On AMD, but it's heading right towards that level that bounced hard off of last time. Oh. Oh, well, hello. Huh. maybe. Um, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of setups like a bounce right here, and not like a big bounces, but just enough to make it so that if you entered puts, that you would kind of be regretting that unless they were very far out puts. But anyways, that's really all I got, guys. Just keep your eye on VIX tomorrow. $28 above 28 is where you don't want to see VIX. That's where we tend to head for new lows when we get up to this above 28, 29, 30, 31, obviously. Watch out for that. Watch out for a potential bounce. We could see a bounce off of this line right here at 37.42 on SPY. I could absolutely see a bounce off of that. Of course, before we head for more downside. Typically these FOMC days can be continuation, confirmation of trends that we're in. So we have gotten a confirmation of this trend that we're in. We're obviously trending downwards, and the market has thus confirmed that. And it can typically just continue in that direction with confirmation of that, or we could just see a complete flip and just zoop straight back up. But gotta keep your eye on it. We are at the bottom of this little channel here on SPY. I don't know. But I'm just going to trade the intraday setups on SPY tomorrow. We have a sell signal on the system. I mean, we're way below that 50 moving average. So it just seems way too stupid to short the market right here, right now. Maybe if you got shorts up here, if you're smart enough to do that. But right now, it doesn't seem like a good idea. I would wait for a little bounce. But anyways, guys, that's all I got. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. Let me know if you did good today. I hope you guys did better than I did. I did not have a good day, and I'm fine admitting it. I'm gonna bounce back tomorrow. I think tomorrow's gonna be a great intraday, like day trading kind of day. So we'll check back here, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.